Tom Stoltman, the current world's strongest man, is skipping the World Tour final next weekend in Glasgow. So, big announcement from Tom Stoltman. Unfortunately, he won't be competing in Glasgow. Obviously, disappointing for Scottish strongman fans. However, he's put a video out there explaining all the reasons. And a couple of cryptic things in there, potentially like
coaching and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think he's looking at getting a new coach, but maybe bringing other people in to assist with certain things. He mentioned that he's had a bit of a back injury for a long time now that he can't seem to correct. And he obviously wants the time off to address that and fix that, which totally makes sense. Yeah. Needs to make sure he's feeling good. We said in another video, we think it's important for Tom to probably do less competitions and really plan out the whole year. Yeah. He seemed a lot more positive in this video as well, which was good to see.
Yeah, and I don't think him pulling out should be any huge surprise to strongman fans who've been following what's going on. He clearly wasn't himself in Vegas. He looked absolutely miserable in the post-Vegas video. And like you said, he seemed a lot more positive. So I'm hoping, just like knowing that he's addressing the issues is really going to help him. And we can see the best Tom next year.
Absolutely. It's very interesting as an athlete, and I can say this from experience. You know, you could do all the right things, you can listen to all the right people. However, if you don't believe what's being told to you, or you don't believe in your plan that's set out, then it's very hard to make progress, and you'll get on top of yourself and you'll start to feel depressed. You have to be happy with your training structure, you have to be happy with the people around you, and you have to be happy with a plan that you've set out to execute to bring the best out of you. And it's weird how that mentality, that kind of psychology of training, psychology of competing, has such an impact in terms of performance. Just one negative thought in your head and it starts to kind of spiral.
Really mess with you.
Yeah, and you've got to be a strong person to kind of, overcome it. Say, I need that time off and I need to reset and get myself focused. So I think we can see the best of Tom. We said in the last video, Tom Stoltman is super
incredible
high
athlete,
level. I mean, I get a lot of messages, you should coach Tom Stoltman. Firstly, I don't think I should. I think he's got a good team around him as it is. Bringing in someone new to help in an area that maybe he feels is a weakness is a good idea. But also, I'm very loyal to Mitch, and it would be wrong for me to coach Tom Stoltman and Mitch Hooper.
Can you imagine being at a competition? Right, Mitch, this is how you beat Tom.
Well, it's not so much that, because I coach Bobby Thompson and other high-level athletes, but Tom is a 3-time world's strongest man. Yeah. Like, what more can you do with him?
But also, I do feel, in terms of genetic ability, Tom and Mitch are so close. It is a case of trying to beat each other.
Actually, I think Tom is genetically more gifted than Mitch.
No, I agree with you, but Mitch is so damn good that it makes them close, you know? And I just think...
But, like, I wouldn't want to be in that situation. My loyalty's to Mitch in that regard. And, you know, as much as I still have huge amount of respect for Tom, I love Tom, but he needs to be happy with the people around him. And I'm sort of putting that, because it's embarrassing for me when people say you should coach Tom, and I'm friends with his coach who has helped him win 3 World's Strongest Man titles. So they haven't done badly, you know. It's just outside of World's Strongest Man there seems to be some kind of disconnect. And I think with proper planning, with proper structure, and Tom being completely happy with the plan that's set out, then he is a problem. And I say this all the time, you know, Mitch is dominating right now, Thor's back in the mix, but Tom Stoltman is a talented athlete, and you know, when he's 100%, he's capable of beating anyone. Now, obviously, Tom pulling out, we've also had Evan Singleton pull out of the Giants Live World Tour final, which means we have a couple of new names that will be competing in next weekend's show. So first replacement is Kane Francis. Now, Kane has had a great year. He won England's Strongest Man. I think he won Serbia SCL. He's been competing regularly in the SCL competitions, very popular on the British scene, and starting to make a name for himself internationally. He's always a fighter, is Kane.
Yeah, he's a really gutsy performer, isn't he? I like watching Kane. Kane's a good fan, and he is part of my team. Fingers crossed.
As well as Kane, we have the winner of the recent Scotland Strongest Man, Chris Beetham. Now, great opportunity for the Scottish lads that win Scotland's. If there is ever a replacement, they do normally get called up for this one. Plus, he will have Britain's Strongest Man to look forward to as well.
It's such a baptism of fire for your first Giants Live, isn't it? Up against the best stuff. I know Tom.
I always think it's tough, coming in. And the best way to treat it is the same way exactly as Andy Flynn treated the Strongman Classic.
Yes.
Put no pressure on yourself. Go and do the best you can on every single event and learn from the experience. And try to surprise people on certain events.
Yeah.
But when you're coming in this late to this level of competition, it's always very difficult.
There's no pressure.
So you've got to use it as an experience. Just get used to being in the Giants Live atmosphere, used to the pace of the show, much faster, as we've mentioned before, than other strongman competitions. But an awesome opportunity for someone like Chris, who is a rising star in the Scottish scene.
So we may have lost a couple of stars from the lineup, but we do have some guest lifting afoot. So the Hercules Hold is one of the events. Mark Felix is going to be coming in as a guest lifter for that event only, as is Ian Bibby. Both grip kings. Are you excited, Lasse?
Well, look, I love a grip challenge. I really do. And both have incredible grips. I mean, Ian Bibby's hands are monstrous. And, we don't need to talk about how good Mark Felix's grip is. However, I'm probably going to get a lot of hate. But I'm never a fan of these situations where you've got your main lineup, who are going to be obviously focused on the competition, and then you bring in one or two guys just to do one event, especially an event like the Hercules Hold. It's not like the Deadlift World Championships where it's been announced and you had the individual lifters coming in. It's a last minute thing. Obviously Giants Live want to see Mark Felix's record broken, so I understand from that point of view. I would rather see Mark compete in like a Legends competition against the likes of myself, Terry Hollands, maybe someone like Pudzianowski, Zadrunas, Derek Poundstone. Like, there's plenty of athletes out there that we're not capable of challenging the Mitch Hoopers and Tom Stoltmans anymore, but we've got events that we're good at. And I feel I could still be very competitive against the likes of Terry and Mark, and I'm sure they feel the same.
I have a counterpoint.
Well, let me finish before you come up with a counterpoint. There are some amazing athletes out there with superb grips. Paddy Haynes, someone who's got a great grip. Actually, Evans Nana is really looking forward to the Hercules Hold.
Yeah.
His grip is very, very good. Other athletes that we don't even know about, that if they get the opportunity, could come and surprise us. So I don't feel we need to always bring back the record holder. Although Mark's record is tremendous, he hasn't actually been close to it in the last few times that he's tried. And the last time he did a guest lift just on one event was at World's Strongest Man, where he was beaten on the Hercules Hold by JF Karan. And it's hard when you're getting in the flow of a competition to come in and do one event.
Yeah.
Sometimes that momentum that you get can kind of keep you pushing on.
You're not warmed up
when
in the
you're
same way.
cold, come out and to do a grip hold as well. You kind of want to be warmed up, because it's not like so much in terms of taxing your whole body, but you want to be fired up from the previous events and involved in the whole battle. Saying that, I always love seeing Mark. He's just such a gentleman. He's one of the nicest people in the sport. And if he broke the record, I'm going to be there cheering him on. I think, and let me know what you guys think. I'd love to see like a Legends comp at Giants Live, completely separate from the main thing. Because these guys, Mitch Hooper, Luke Richardson, Evans Nana. I mean, we've got Trey looking in great shape
Trey
again.
looks great
I want to see these guys compete. I'm looking forward to seeing Roman. He's new to us, been doing extremely well. And I want those opportunities for those new guys.
Pavlo Cordiaca was also announced recently. I don't know if we caught that in our last video.
No, I think you're right. There's been 3 replacements recently. But I was just going to say that the Legends guys, I want to see as a one-off competition. These shows, I want to see the best new guys in the world.
Right, my counterpoint then.
Let's hear it.
Right, do you remember 2019? Magnus and Kaz went and did the Hercules Hold. I figure it's sort of half-time filler like that. They'll come out, it's a spectacle. We've had it with Eddie and Lallis arm wrestling as well. A little bit of filler gives the athletes doing the full competition a little bit of extra rest time, and we might get to see something amazing.
Look, and if people like that, then great. I'm only giving my opinion, and I'm not saying my opinion's right.
No.
I want to be vocal so people can kind of trust what I say as well, because it's, everyone can think they agree with people all the time. We don't have to agree.
No.
There's so many people out there.
We rarely do.
And we still have a nice conversation and still get on with each other at the end of the day.
Good job.
I find some people feel like when they disagree, they can't even talk to each other anymore.
Yeah.
And it's never like that. Sometimes I've disagreed with people and it's like, oh my God, they hate you if you disagree.
Yeah.
We disagree a lot. You know, I disagree with some of the stuff Giants Live does. Doesn't mean I don't like them.
No.
Doesn't mean I don't really enjoy watching the competitions and love being a part of the competitions. It's just, sometimes it's good to vocalise your opinions. I'm someone, I really want to, I would love to do a Legends competition, and I feel there's things I'm still good at. I know Terry feels there's things he's still good at and could be competitive with the right level of competition. Mark Felix is the same. So I think it would be cool to have that rather than just stepping in for one random event.
Yeah. We'll see how it pans out. I think I'm right, and it's going to be wonderful.
There's no right or wrong. Don't be giving me this.
I want to right and wrong. It's going to be great.
Liz will put a poll in the comments below. But yeah, it's going to be an amazing competition regardless. Obviously, we've got the man who is dominating right now, Mitch Hooper. Local man Luke Stoltman is going to be competing. Obviously, Chris, up and coming Scottish athlete, just won Scotland's Strongest Man.
He's going to have so much support here with the Scottish crowd.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Jaco Schoenwinkel competing in Giants Live. There's other great names in this as well. New opportunities for athletes to become superstars. But Tom Stoltman is going to be there, even though he's not competing. You're going to still be able to come and meet the world's strongest man. Mitch is there. You know, it's going to be an amazing show, and I love the World Tour Finals up in Glasgow.
Yeah,
it's one of my favourite shows to go to because the Scottish fans are awesome.
Yeah, they are. So Giants Live, this was a sellout competition, but you know how they do it with like the curtains. They were able to release more seats. So I do think there's still some tickets available. I will link it in the description below. But if you haven't already, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you think I'm right, let me know in the comments below. If you don't, I don't want to hear it.